G'day everyone, it's Luke Turnbull, the ADG President and Tournament Director for the Aussie Disc Golf Day. I thought I'd put a little video together to show some of our new TDs how to upload their registered player lists to the PDGA Tournament Manager. While the examples I go through will be specific to the Aussie Disc Golf Day, it should be general enough that any future TDs can use this as a bit of a guide for when they're putting together their first tournament. So without further ado, I'll jump into it. Some of the prerequisites that you will need before you get underway is obviously the first one, you need to have registered an event with the ADG. When you've done that, you'll get a link that will include all of your registered players, and this is the link that I received for the Aussie Disc Golf Day. I then registered for it, and I was the first person to register. And if we quickly scroll down to the bottom, we can see that Oscar down in Melbourne, shout out to Stony Creek, is the most recent registered player that we've got. Probably the easiest thing to do here is hit this CSV button. And what that will do is extract this web page to a CSV file. And to open that, you will need Excel, numbers if you're on a Mac, and there's a lot of free options out there, Open Office, and you can probably even open it in a Google Docs Sheets page. So I'll just open that, and that will load Excel. And you can see here that that's extracted, just make that a bit bigger, the same columns that we have on the web page. First name, last name, state, PDGA, division, and country. You can see here that it's kept all of the same formatting, same order, everything's the same. And if I was running an event that was generated from this player list, I just proceed with this. But because the Aussie Disc Golf Day is many venues, we've actually put a different player list together, and all of the TDs for this tournament have been sent that, but it includes this event. And if I was the TD for Waikiki, I would just select that, copy, and then I could go over here and we'll pretend this is a brand new sheet. Just copy the information off the website, and I can right click and go paste and choose this one here that matches destination formatting, or I can do the drop down here and go match destination formatting. And then I get my list. So if I was Kinger, I do this, and then I do a couple of admin things, which I'm going to take you through. Because I'm not Kinger, I'm actually going to open up a spreadsheet that I prepared earlier that has the entire playlist on it. So here is all 525 registered players on one sheet. And I'm going to do a couple of admin things on here before we upload. So I'll just go back to this and close that one. The first thing we need to do is we need to fix these not applicables in the PDGA column. When you're uploading to the PDGA website, it doesn't recognize that n/a as a valid number. So what we need to do is get rid of all of those. If you've got a really small event, like if my event was just these 14 people here, I could just go through and delete on all of those. But because there's 525 people, that would be pretty tiresome. We do have a lot of new players. I think on last count, there's been about 250 new ADG members sign up since the start of October, and about 200 of them have registered for this tournament, so it's great to see. So what I'm going to do is use one of the Excel features to find and replace. So I'm just going to select the cell that's got not applicable in it, and I'm going to hit Control-C, which is the shortcut key for copy on a Windows machine. Otherwise, you can hit copy here, and then I'm going to click on the entire column. It's probably not vital that you do that, but if for some reason someone has a first name or a last name that includes n/a, you might change their name. So what we're going to do is we're going to select that column for PDGA, and we're going to go find. You can click that up here. I'm going to hit Control F, which is the Windows shortcut, and I'm going to hit Control V, which is the shortcut for paste. And again, you can just hit paste up here. I'm then going to go to the Replace tab here. You can see we've got this column selected, so we'll only find and replace in that column. And then I'm going to hit Replace All. And what that will do is find every example of not applicable in this column and replace it with a blank, which is what we need to upload to the PDGA website. And I'm glad I didn't do that manually, because 305 is a lot of manual deletions. So that's the first thing. The second thing we need to do is change some of our division codes. So for anyone that's been playing disc golf for a while, MM1, MG1, MJ2 and FJ2, they're old school. The PDGA has updated particularly their age-protected divisions to be a bit more descriptive. So the ADG database uses the old codes, and we're actually in the process of upgrading that, and that should be done sometime over the Christmas New Year period. So hopefully any events in 2021 won't need this little manual intervention. The easiest way to do this is same as before with the PDGA. Click on the column. I've just copied MM1 because it's the first one I'm going to do, but that's not vital. Click on the column and go Find. And if we go over here to, again, find, we're going to find MM1. So you can type that in manually, or you can Control V, paste it in. And you want to replace that with MA40, which is what the new division code is for Amateur Masters 40 plus. So we're going to hit Replace, and that will replace. So we've got 29 MA40 players. And we do the same for MG1, which is the old code for Grandmasters, or as it is now is MA50, Amateur Masters 50 plus. Same again, and we'll go Replace All. We've got 35 Grandmasters playing in this tournament. We also need to do it for our two junior divisions. So we used to use the old MJ2 division. That has now been replaced with MJ15. So replace all, and you can see we have 16 juniors playing across the Aussie Disc Golf Day around Australia. FJ2 is the one for junior girls, and we'll replace that with FJ15 and replace all. So we've got 5 junior girls around the country playing. And that's that. So I'll put a filter on. I've already got one on, but to put a filter on, you go to the data tab across the top and hit filter. And you can see these are all the different divisions that we have. There's 12 total. You can see that we've got all the different players, PDGA numbers, and the event codes. Because I am uploading for the Sydney event, I'll click on that filter and I will only select Sydney. So these are all of the players for Sydney. Can just do a quick count here. It says there's 36 rows selected, so I know that there's 36 players. And to upload this to the PDGA, it's a simple select everything and Control C. Or again, go to your home tab, hit the copy button. And then you simply go over to your PDGA Tournament Management page. And then here the PDGA have an upload link. You click that and it will take you to this upload player data. Big empty box. First row contains field names. So if you go back to your spreadsheet, you can see here, these are our field names. That's why you need to select that top row when you're copying. We go back over to the upload and we just hit paste. Or you can right click and go paste, and it will keep some formatting, but it will basically detect each of these column headers and each of the spaces between these columns when you paste it. If you're overriding existing data, or if you've got you'll have extra columns in here when you get closer to the end of your tournament for round 1, round 2, you can overwrite that, especially useful if you're deleting players or adding new players as well. I'm going to keep that selected and I'm going to go next. And you can see here that the PDGA system has detected that our field called first name is first name, last name, PDGA number, and division. There's some other ones in there for tee times or pools, things like that, but they're not relevant for us at the moment. So we're going to hit next, and this will tell me that there's 36 players. This is telling me that it's going to upload 36 people, and then we're going to go next, and that's done. On this registered players page, you can click on that to see any kind of conflicts. If you've got a player that's not eligible for a division, there might be some flags on there. If you want to contact players or see the current PDGA registration, things like that, they'll be on that registered players page. I won't go there because it also includes email addresses and I think postal addresses. So for privacy, we'll skip and jump to the events results page. And there we go. We now have 36 players registered on the Sydney event. Huge novice field. I'll just do a quick refresh to make sure that's there. And there you go. Your players are now uploaded to the PDGA website via the Tournament Manager. And we also have a virtual event for Aussie Disc Golf Day. And I'll just load this up and make sure. We don't have any open players in Sydney. We've got Luke Williams, MP40 in Sydney. We've got some advanced players in Sydney, so that's all worked, and those players are in there now. So there you go. That's been my run through of how to upload your players to the PDGA Tournament Manager. Cheers.